Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Kozak. All right, so something unexpected happened. I'm in this nice area. The reason I'm around here is because around this spot, my friend hit a deer on the road, not on like in this property, but he hit a deer. And when I went to go pull up, my exhaust fell off. Like it literally fell off. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. Now, don't worry, guys. He drives a Camaro, so it's fine that he hit a deer. It almost got totaled out, and if it got totaled out, he could have got a Mustang, and, you know, got a real car. But till then, he's gonna, you know, stick with that. Dude, honestly, I can't get over this view. Look at that island over there. Like, oh, this is my S550 Mustang, for you guys that don't know, and we're gonna be talking about which Mustang is the best to buy in your budget. Now, I'm gonna give a little TLDR here. This is the best bang for your buck. I'm gonna be honest. If you have money, this is the best bang for your buck. There's also different circumstances, like different things you might want to do with your car, and I'll kind of go over that too. In my opinion, the best Mustang to get if you only have around $5,000 to $10,000 would be a new edge Mustang. You're probably going to struggle to find like good quality ones around the 5,000 mark. You're definitely going to need to aim for 10,000, especially with prices right now, or at least in my area. They're probably one of the nicest body styles. I actually prefer the new edge over the S197. I think the new edge is kind of like timeless to me, where its aesthetic will always be fitted. Like if you could have a clean new edge, oh my. Now granted, if that's your budget, I don't know how clean your new edge will be. I feel like most new edges I see are kind of clapped. Their clear coat's already peeling, the paint isn't going to be good, there's going to be a bunch of problems with them usually from the age, but overall I feel like the new edge is going to be a good car, and for that price, if you want a Mustang, I think that's the Mustang to go. They can handle around 350 to 400 horsepower that you throw at them. So, I mean, and for that car, I feel like that's enough. Like, you don't need more horsepower on it. Then after that, you're going to need to start building it up. Obviously, it's aged, it's outdated. For me, I love it. It's not going to be like that for everyone. Because if you get a clean one and you, like, have nice paint on it, you know, or you wrap it, like, well, and man, it's like, I feel like they're really clean cars, and I think they're definitely one of the most underrated Mustangs. A lot of people that have them are people who don't really take care of them as they're a cheap car. All right, so getting into the 15 to 20,000 category, we have an S197 and the S550s. You can start getting into them for around 20,000, and you get the S197s, especially with the Coyote engine. Now, I think the best part about the S197 is when they have Coyotes in them. And same with the S550, the Coyote is just the best bang for your buck. Now, the S197 is the better bang for your buck because you get a Gen 1 Coyote, and it still is amazing like the Gen 2 and Gen 3 are. Now, I believe the Gen 2s have a stronger transmission than the Gen 1s, but overall, I think you're going to be fine how much power you're able to put into an S197. Now, me personally, I do not like the body styling of the S197. It looks like a brick, but I've seen good builds. Like, I've seen them have good builds where they just look really aggressive. So I'll give it that. And also, I love the GT500 S197 because, you know, Need for Speed movie. Other than that, guys, you guys already know if you've watched my other videos how much I love the Coyote engine. And it's just like, it's the engine, you know? It's the engine to have. Like, the S197 is going to get you into that for a lot cheaper than having to buy an S550. Now, I've seen some cheap S550s, and I mean, overall, I think the S197 is the best choice for 15 to 20,000, especially if you were looking for, you know, a really reliable engine that you could put a lot of power on. If you can get the Coyote S197, it's the way to go. Now, looks wise, I think S550 takes it. If you want to pay up a little bit more, you still get the Coyote and you get this beautiful thing. It's gonna be a long time before parts are discontinued for the S550, and there's so much customization with them. So going from 20 to 35 grand, you're gonna be able to get yourself an S550. Like, this is S550 territory. Now, if you're in this range, you're probably overpaying for some cars. You also are in the range for GT5, like Shelby's of the older years, especially like clean ones. And so you either have the choice of having an S550 with the Coyote, or you can get S197 Shelby. I definitely think it's the best budget, but before we continue, guys, I definitely want to go ahead and hop back into the car and take the rest on a POV drive, because what better way to talk about the S550 than to drive it? You have a lot of options in this range, but for speed, primarily, the S550 is king, only purely because if you get the Coyote engine. Now, obviously, you can get an EcoBoost, but I wouldn't pay that much for an Eco. However, like, dude, you get so much value out of the Coyote. If you're going for speed, that is the one. The S550 is the one you should be picking. Now, if you're going for a little bit of status, you want something a bit more tasteful, right? Because a lot of people got S550s. You have to build this car to be your own. If you want something out the jump that is more tasteful, you're gonna want to get a Shelby or the Terminator. That's gonna be your two best options. All right, guys, before we hop into the next range, it's time to do a little pull. Man, I'm telling you, the camera never picks up how great this car sounds, especially in the driver's seat. Guys, the car does not sound like this on the outside. People send me clips of my car. I'm like, there's no way it's that loud. And because it doesn't sound that loud in here. And then the camera on top of that, dude, my car sounds quiet. The next range, guys, we're hopping into, not go from 35 to 40, we're going from 40 to 50. Honestly, 60, okay? Because there's something I want to include here. This is what I call the manual heaven, because we have access now to the Tremec. So now we're in the manual heaven because we have access to the Tremec. Now, this is the range where you probably have the most options. You could build all the previous ones up to this point. Now, if you get a Coyote and you put in $10,000, $20,000 into it, literally, if you buy a $20,000 Coyote, you put in $40,000 into it to 60, the top of this budget, you're gonna be crazy fast, right? So this is where you really wanna, like, this is where it gets really hard if this is your budget. Now, I have things I really like about this budget because this is where you get a manual car. Now, the S550s previously, you should only be getting the 10-speed because the manual is not going to handle the power. If you just want a manual driver, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. They're a bit more unreliable. Just be, you know, I warned you. So when you're going to be hopping in a car that costs this much, you're going to want a good car. Now, there's a lot of different cars you can start buying with this price range that are also going to be really great cars. I feel like this is a really hard area to beat, but for Mustangs, you know, with the access to Tremec, you have options like the GT350. I've had in my area GT350s with 30,000 miles. You know what? Let's just say lower than 50,000 miles for sure. 2018 plus, going for under 50 grand in my area. I have Mach 1s. This guy's a dipshit. I have Mach 1s going more expensive than GT350s. That is crazy. You could get a Shelby cheaper than a Mach 1, which is just one of these with 10 extra horsepower. Now, if you're gonna be getting a Mach 1, this is what I feel like one of the good options here. Get it with one of these. Oh, wait, hold on, I'll have one of those. Get it with a manual transmission. Get it with the Tremec, man. That is the only reason you should ever buy a Mach 1 is if you want the Coyote engine with the reliable manual. That is the perfect reason to get a Mach 1. If, hold on, y'all see that? Y'all see this? Baby, that V8. Oh my goodness. Guys, because I've been getting bored of my auto, man. I want a Mach 1 because I want the Coyote. But the GT350s are cheaper than the Mach 1s. Why would I buy a Mach 1? Now, if you're going to be getting a GT350, get it 2018 and up. Before 2018, you're going to have kind of a 50-50 of whether or not your car's reliable. That's what I've seen from the forums. People are like, oh, well, mine's reliable, but they have a common issue, and so you just gotta hope for the best if you buy one under 2018. Now, but I recommend getting a 2018 and up, GT350. Now, keep in mind, you could build an S550 and an S197 Coyote to be way faster than your entry into a Shelby and then your entry into a Mach 1, stuff like that. But keep in mind, guys, we don't know how good the S650s are going to be yet, right? So S650s are in this price range too. and you get access to the GTs, the EcoBoost, and everything. Now, I don't know enough about them yet. They are still new. They're a year into it. I think they're going to be crazy cars. I heard Ford is going to start focusing on their Mustang and Raptors over like the Focus and stuff. So I think they're going to be insane. I'm actually excited to see what they do for a facelift with the car. Now, it really depends. Which one do you love the look of most? Do you want power? Coyote, right? But like, that doesn't mean the Shelby isn't going to be great for power either. It's just the Coyote's just the best. Now, guys, we're going to have to go from 60 straight to 80. And, you know, there's nothing new. Every car that I've previously stated, you are just now able to build them. Now you have no excuse to just not get whatever you want and build them. You could make anything fast. You could, now if you're going for like Texas 2K, you still want a Coyote. But overall, like, you could build almost any car. You're crazy options, and you could build just about anything. You could make a Shelby look unique. You could make, you know, anything, just anything work. And that's the same that goes for 80 to 100. You have access to every car now, and you have access to the GT500. The GT500 is like the peak of Mustangs, in my opinion, in look and everything. The GT500, like, if you have 80 to 100K, you're definitely going to be breaking necks. That's going to be the most unique one. Like, that's going to be the, like, most eye-catching one. GT350, you know, I don't understand how the price is so low. I think that's the best, one of the best, purely because it's manual. Okay, it's like, the GT350 is manual, man, and I'm so bored of the auto. Like, I have to give it there. Like, no matter what you pick, though, you're hopping into an amazing vehicle. I feel like Ford has done great with all of them, with the new edges having, you know, like, the perfect body style for me. The S197, when people build them, they look insane, especially because it introduced the Generation 1 Coyote. Then the S550s, I think, is the best looking Mustang, especially the Mach 1s, man, oh my gosh. Now the GT350, the GT500, the Shelbys, they're also just amazing choices. They're gonna break necks. The GT350 sounds the best. All these cars have just something about them that makes them better. You know, like, there's something that makes them stand out, whether it's looks, whether it's, you know, like the power, whether it's how much power you could build on them, like everything. Like, they're all great cars. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them, but it really comes down to just what you prefer. Because if you want to build power, I think Coyote's on top. If you got 100 grand, get a Shelby GT500. Like, if you're looking for a manual track monster, get the GT350, get a Mach 1. Now, I feel like I lost topic quite a few times this video, so that's my bad, guys, because I just like talking about Mustangs, okay? I just love talking about it, and I get very sidetracked very easily. I'm not trying to read a script, you know, I'm trying to, like, it's really coming from the heart. There's a passion in this, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, guys. I hope this helps. Now, guys, if you're looking into getting the more classic Mustang, something I didn't talk about, those are also really great options. I am not educated on classic Mustangs. I'm gonna go ahead and call the video here, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, showing support and love. Hit that like button, hit that dislike button if you don't like me yapping. You know, tell me what else you want to see. Comment your thoughts. Which Mustang are you thinking about buying? You need a little bit extra help, you want somebody to talk to about it, about your purchase, type in the comments, man. I'm gonna go ahead and see y'all later. Toodles. Bye.